Hey guys, I'm Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping. Today we're going to be making two cards, still using new product because I love that. And I just like to share those with you. And also, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. If you could subscribe, that would make me even more appreciative. So, and for those that come every week, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you coming too. And I really enjoy seeing you here on my live. If you come to a live and you stay to the end, your name gets put in the drawing and then you know if you won or not, but you get one of the cards I make. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you down and we're going to get started. Hold on one sec. Okay, doke. Think I got it. Sorry. I just want to get it straight. All right. So we're going to start with one that I am saying is a little unconventional because it doesn't have that much on the front, but it's really kind of cool and I wanted to use it. So, hey, Lola. Hey, Mary. Thanks, Pat, for being here. So I'm using Whisper White or Whisper. Gosh, that's been a while. Basic White Thick, which we are no longer going to carry. Not sure if that's supposed to be big news yet, but only because um, all of the people that make the cardstock, there is not very many out there that make quality cardstock anymore. So we're just gonna use other paper for now and just use the basic white. All right, so we have that. Let me pull out. First, I wanted to show you. I know it seems like I'm all over the place, but oh, it's way over there. Of course, I put it super far away. Sorry. So we have new product. This is called the mini corrugated. And do you guys remember the thing that you crank and put your paper through? This is kind of the same thing, but it takes up a lot less space. Hey, Marilyn. So we got that, and I went ahead and put through a mossy meadow. So that's kind of, I mean, I think that's pretty cool looking. And we're going to go ahead and wrap some linen thread around it. So I tend, almost every time, there is very few exceptions where I wrap it around the back. That's just wasted thread for me, or ribbon, whichever you use. So I just go across 3 times and I've already measured, so it makes it easier to just pick it up and make 3 layers. And I'm going to get my ribbon scissors. Okay. You don't have to trim them because you're just going to be applying it onto the back, but habit, I guess. All right, so I am going to try. It's hard on this kind of paper to put adhesive, but look, oh, that worked. There we go. Okay. It's easier if you do it first and then you can just, once you get it the way you want it, because I want it to lay flat, but they tend to crisscross. Oh, there. Of course, the one time I'm on here and I tell you it's hard, it becomes easy. All right, my finger was stuck on the back. Hold on. There. Well, let's just do it this way, and this way I don't have to do. There. Okay, that's done. My goodness. And now it's crisscrossy. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm just going to go with that. And we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm going to try to go over. See, it doesn't work as well when it's been embossed. So I'm going to just use some glue now that I have the adhesive on and the linen thread on there. I can go ahead and just put that on. So we're going to go ahead and put it on my white base. Now, I really don't use white as a base very often, maybe 10% of the time. I like to use colored. All the colors that we use, I like that best. Now, I'll show you a tip that Pat does this all the time. It does make it much easier. Just do it on the back and you don't have to be so careful. Hey, Valerie. Okay, so we got that. Then I die cut this from the set, and it's Grow with Love, and it's got some good ones in here. I want to use this one just to make holes in cardstock and have it peek through. That would be really pretty with DSP behind, but this is what I'm using, and all of these cut out the stamps. So it's kind of cool. And then 2 for sentiments. So I already did that. And I want this to be on the outside where the flowers peek out. So we're just going to fold where the folds go, that they put the crease in there already for you. So it makes it easy. And there we go. Okay, so the only thing is that you want to add, I'm not going to use tape because to me, I got in trouble using tape because it's harder to get this to be really thin. So I am just going to put it right here on this flap right here and fold it over. Do the same on the other side. And hopefully I didn't do too much. I hate it when it bleeds, so I'm not going to push it very hard. Then you just run it along the seam. There we go. So I'm just going to hold that for just a second. Okay. Ta-da! All right. So we have that. And then I wanted to make a card that went inside because the front doesn't have too much. So I'm going to go ahead and put that aside and bring out 3 layers here. And these 2 go together because I really want to have it. You know me, I like layers. So I just think it looks good. And there's times I don't use layers, but for the most part, I do. I did not get my PDF out like I wanted to. So I've been trying to get everything ready for next week when I go to Raleigh. So I won't be here for my video, but I will be here the following week. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and stamp the basil. And we want the word to be straight. So it doesn't matter if the plant itself is straight. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, and then do you see how this stamp like has different dark and light? I love that. Love that. All right, and since I'm using oh, you know what I just did? I used Mossy Meadow instead. That's okay. That's why I'm like, why does that look so dark? So we're just going to swap. I did this one in Old Olive on my sample, and the sentiment is in Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to do it the opposite way and say, you are on my mind. Really doesn't matter. I just like to use the same colors that we use inside the cards. And that's pretty much why I decided to join Stampin' Up, because everything coordinates and I didn't have to guess on what went together. Okay, so originally I had this be a card that opens, but I'm like, you know, it doesn't really need to open because I have the card opening. If I just had the front, that would have been one thing. But so I went ahead and in the dies is a circle. Let me get the other one out. There we go. It just rolled right off of there. Let's see. Hold on. It went right off onto my floor. Now, those that come to my class know that my floor is pretty dirty already. So whether I can find it, we'll see. Goodness. Okay. I cannot find it. So hold on one second. I'm going to just punch one. Goodness. Hold on. Okay, that was embarrassing. This isn't going to look the same, but it'll still be pretty. All right. So I'm going to stamp. They have a really nice circle that you can stamp. So I'm going to put that on here. And normally you would stamp it first and then die cut it, but I was trying to get it to where it would be ready so I wouldn't have to do as much. Okay. Sorry about that. Now I am going to put one dimensional on this because I'm going to wrap it with twine, and I need it to be able to like go around, and I don't want it to hang over on this. And before I stick that on, I'm going to add one glue dot to hold the linen thread. Hey, Teresa. And I'm going to make it smaller so it doesn't take up, I don't want it to like inhibit it from going around. Okay, so I'm going to stick it right here. And I'm going to stick one end, and then we'll see how many I do. But we're going to put one end here, and then it's stuck. All right. You could put, you just want to make sure it doesn't show, but you could put, I don't know, seeds inside. That would be kind of pretty. All right. And then I'm going to use a mini because this is smaller. Wish I would have found that one. That would have been nice. Okay, so I'm going to put this about right here. So then you would just go around. Yeah. Once you get it started, should be easier. All right, that's all I'm going to do, and we will trim it. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. Because I want it to like be over the ribbon and kind of go with the corrugated. So I'm super excited about going to Raleigh. It's nice that I don't have to get a plane ticket. And really fun is that I get to see the brand new catalog that's coming out. I get it in my hands. So that's awesome. If those that are coming to class after this and before they come out, I might just show it to you. Okay, so I'm going to put it at an angle just because I like that. Okay, now we just have to do the inside. And I have a white and a mossy meadow because I like to go the same in the inside as I do the front because it just seems to look so much better. So I'm going to have thanks so much for your love and care because I think that's awesome. Well, that looks crooked. Let's try that again, and maybe I can get it straight. There, that's better. And then I would stamp the leaves, but I wanted them to be popped up, so I went ahead and die cut them. I didn't do that here because, you know, I just love playing with new stuff. Look, I only put 3 on. Wonders do never cease. Okay. And then I will put this on the Mossy Meadow. So funny thing, I don't like to clean. Do any of you? I know my sister sometimes does. And I do like the after effect when I clean. I just am not, I'd rather be crafting than cleaning. So my husband, every time before a class, says, do you want me to? Well, this isn't working. He always asks, do you want me to vacuum for you? And I'm just like, no, that's okay. They're used to it. And those of you that come, you know who you are. You know that you're just going to get it messy again. All those dimension backs, the dimensionals backs, they get everywhere. All right, let's see. There we go. And I got a little bit of glue on my hand and it went right there. But do you know what you can do? Is that with the erasers that you can get, it takes it right off and then you don't have to worry. It's usually better to wait till it dries, but it gets it right off. Okay, so that is card 1. This is very different as, you know, a regular card front, and it doesn't look bad with that small one. Let me show you the other. Okay, I have the, this goes in here, but see that one's the bigger one. You know what? I kind of like it with the smaller one. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so we have that. I'm going to put that aside and go to the next one, which is a little bit more detailed, but I really, really like it. Well, of course I like it. I made it. All right, so we have Granny Apple Green. And this is going to be 4 1/4 by 11. So it will be opening this way. And I went ahead and put in the Fern 3D folder another piece that will cover this whole thing because I didn't want it to be naked. So I have that. And the best way to do this is to, well, first you want to pick out which side you like, but is to, once you get the adhesive on the back, I'll show you my, well, it's not really a trick, but it makes it easier. Okay. All right, so I just lay it up like this, make sure it's we know it's square on the bottom, and then I just make sure it's square on both sides. And then that's on there. So now we don't have to worry about that. All right. So I have this white and the new stamp set that I just had to get it as soon as I saw it. Let me grab it. Well, oh, hold on. I moved everything way out of the way. All right. Spring corners. I love when things go around a corner, like, you know, on both sides. And this worked out perfect. But wait till you see the dies that you can cut out your corners and go with that. I loved this. Cone flowers are so pretty. And I always try to get my husband to put them in the garden. So this was really going to be fun. I wasn't sure how I was going to work it, but you will see and you tell me if you liked it. All right, so we're going to use this, but I'm going to do it. So let me make sure because I don't want it to be wrong on how I do this because that would be bad. All right, so always goes this way. All right, I'm going to use the early espresso. And you just have to be careful when you ink this because it's so easy to get the ink on the part of the stamp that doesn't have it. So I just am going to do it this way, and then that way I don't get it anywhere near the middle of the pad or the stamp pad, or you know what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to stand up so I make sure I get this right. I want it to go as close to the edge as I can. Oh, hopefully this is right. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so always in your corner, kind of a little tongue in cheek there. And I am going to bring in, and you guys know I love this because I showed it last week, but the corners that come in, you know, the dies that do rectangles, and each rectangle is a different design. So this one's like a hashtag kind of, and this one has, I don't know what dashes and lines. So I'm going to put these together, but I want to put this one, I'm going to wait. So we're going to go ahead and put this flat onto here. And I think I know why this is doing this is because I'm almost out. So we're just going to use glue. That's what we're going to do because I don't have any right here. All right, so I'm going to put it as close to this as I can get. And yes, I do know that, oh my, okay, that didn't work out as well. Okay, I'm covering the all ways. Okay, see, it's a good thing that I used glue so I could move it. Okay, so what I wanted to do was bring in my trimmer, my scissors here, and I am going to come here and just trim down a little bit, not really far, and then kind of follow this. You could use your cutter, but if I kind of do it slow, I can keep it so that it is squared, supposedly. And I am going to, let's see, how do I want to do this? Go this way. I don't know. I am so confused right now on what I had it in mind. Let me grab my cutter and I'm going to go ahead and do this with the cutter. Okay. So put this really, let's take less. All right. This way I don't have to make a mistake. Yes, I did. Nope. Okay. I wanted it to be where you could really see it. Watch out. You could really see it like it pops out better. You tell me though whether you like it. Okay, there we go. And that is not straight. There we go. Okay, so then this corner really stands out. So we're going to put this on top, but I want to design it first. So I went ahead and did the cone flowers on here where I could use it as a template and color through it. And I wonder if nope, I did it right. Okay. And we're not going to use the whole entire thing I'm just going to use a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to do this leaf right here because that's going to be going off. Now, I want to show you something. Whoops. And I want to get some tape. So I tried it 3 different ways to get it to go right. And one way used the blends, and another, I'm gonna do something weird right now. I'm gonna put a little bit of adhesive on the back here just so it will stick on my plate, on my table. I don't want it moving. All right, hopefully that will work. Then I'm going to put this here, try to get it centered. Okay. And I'm going to put this, well, hold on. I'm going to leave that little hole. Hopefully it won't matter. Okay, so I used blends. I used the embossing brushes. And the way that I got it to finally work is that I use daubers. And I don't use daubers very often. But when I'm done, I'll show you the other ones that I didn't get done, like didn't do it right. Okay, I'm going to bring in this just so that it's not too gloppy. This way you can have a little bit more control. And yes, I'm going to probably get a little bit in the flowers or the leaves, but it's kind of like a watercolored look. At least that's my excuse. All right, so we have all the tops of the cone flowers. I'm going to bring in Old Olive to do the leaves. And let's see if I got, yes, okay. Just want to make sure I got the right dauber because I've been playing. Plus planning my besties classes. So a lot of planning over here. Okay, so we got that. And then we are going to use Daffodil Delight. Am I still off the screen for you, Mary? Because to me, it's on. I don't want you to be off screen. Okay. Now I'm going to use Daffodil Delight for the flowers. I don't want to be off screen. Okay. Thank you, Mary. All right, so let's see how we did. Well, this tape likes my table. Ah, it came out good. Okay, so I am going to, before I unstick it, and hopefully it won't, like I won't regret that move, I am going to come in with a marker that's crumb cake because it looks a little funny without any stems. And I don't think that I could make a really good stem because I don't want it to look like, oh God, there's a stem. So I'm just going to just kind of flick it. That's all. Because I don't want to deal with it looking bad because I am worried about that. All right. So I'm kind of just flicking it going up, and then that way it's not too in your face. Okay. Oh, that worked. Okay, so I'm going to take the back off real quick because I want to put it on my, I'm going to use this. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to do this. It doesn't matter that it's sticky because that won't make it stick. All right, so I want to come in with an early espresso marker and splotch it a little bit so it's not so, it looks more artsy. There, might be a little bit more than I meant to, but let's see what you think. Like that? Okay. So we're going to put dimensionals on the back because I really want this to stand out. All right. So now this is really pretty just like that, but let me show you what it looked like with the other ways. I think, nope, that looks like it might need to come up just a tad. Does that look right? Okay, that looks better. Okay, so this is with the blending brushes and just the ink, but it was really hard. I was taping off on this. I had tape trying to keep it so it wouldn't get into the other areas. That was a pain. And that's how it came out. Not too bad. Okay, this is the blends. That is not pretty at all. So I was like, okay, I was surprised. I thought the blends would look really pretty. Not so much. Okay, so I am going to, and I should have done this before, I need to bring in more of this, and we'll work on the inside while this dries. It won't take very long. And I need it to be about 12 inches. So what do you think about like that maybe? Okay, my ribbon scissors are here. Where did they go? Goodness. Okay, well, oh, there they are. Found them. I know some demonstrators tell you to drink when you find stuff, but not sure how that would go over. All right, so I'm going to use the blends, the deep 200 because it's dark. We don't have an early espresso, so I just want to make sure that this is just dark. I think it'd look good with the linen thread, but not as good as darker, in my opinion. And yes, you're getting it all over. But this is one of my favorite things to do is to color ribbon. Okay, so we're going to put that aside just for a minute, and I'm going to work on the inside, which, oh, you know what? I cut it. Okay, so I took the die that did the corner and I cut it out of the corner of my paper. Now, the only thing is, thanks, Teresa. The only thing is that I did it on the opposite side of what I did on my original, but it really doesn't matter. So as long as it's on there and it's at the bottom is what I really wanted to make sure. All right. And I'm just going to put a couple dots in between and hopefully it won't bleed through. Why do we make them in circles? I see everybody do it that way. Okay. So this is going to go on the inside. And I did not stamp it first, so hopefully my stamping is going to look good. Oh, look, no bleeding. That's great. All right, and now I am going to stamp. What did I stamp on the inside? Let me just double check because I want it to be the same. Oh, yeah. Okay. You amaze me. And the first one I did it in the early espresso, but this time I think I'm going to use Old Olive because I think that looks pretty. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this is dry enough. going to put a little bit of tape on the back here so that I can just go for it. So I'm just going to loop this one. Well, this is why you make the there we go. Doesn't stick if you don't have it on enough on there. All right, so I'm going to loop it, come down, loop it again. So that loop does not look very pretty. It's got, hold on, I'm going to make that straight so it will loop. All you have to do is run your finger over it. Okay, come up here, loop it again. And let's just do one more loop and see if I can get it. Sorry, didn't mean to go off of the thing. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so then I am going to put dimensionals on there just to hold all the ribbon together and make it to where we don't have to worry about that falling off. So I like to make it to where it goes over the ribbon so that it doesn't move. Just means that we have a little bit more dimensionals than maybe someone like you would do. You know me, I like dimensionals. All right, let's see. Now it's got to make it so it doesn't sag. One in the middle. Okay, that's good. If only I had stock and dimensionals. All right. I think this came out even better because I like the corner going like that. Okay. Okay, so which card do you like better? Do you like the one like this or do you like the one like that? As always, I only give away one of each. So have your choice ready just in case your name is drawn. And if you come to class, I usually do what I've done in the videos. So that would be awesome. Okay, so I like the second one too, Teresa. All right, so write it down and Pat, go ahead. Thank you, Valerie. I know this is totally different and it's kind of out of my wheelhouse because it's a little plain on the front, but I really think it's pretty. And I wanted to use this. It would be great for scrapbooking. But, oh, hey, Carol, I didn't even see you come in. Thank you for being here. All right, so Mary and Teresa. So you guys have to be quick. Mary, you like this one. Okay, yay. So you're very fast. You guys listen to me when that. So Teresa, you're going to get this one. So hopefully, oh, there it works out perfect. So I will get these out in the mail tomorrow. And remember, I'm not going to be here next week, but I will be here the following week. One quick way of figuring out if I'm going to be doing a video or not is if you go to my blog, and that's where you sign up for my newsletter to where you can get one of these in the mail or get the PDFs for free. But another way is to see on YouTube if I've got it ready, because I usually have it ready at least an hour in advance. And the blog is usually 2 hours. So thank you, Valerie. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you. Bye.